most of our earnings normally goes back home, di ba? It's important for the Filipinos to reconnected, infuse the importance of Bayanihan. Having community of IT expert, non-practitioner, even students, upskill your talents, no? Without spending too much.
Aims to help kababayans journey to IT.
Equip them with the right knowledge. They openly challenge us to actually do more for the community. So
That's right.
AI will be replacing human.
they can generate original content out of those data.
Dummy account. So paano mo siya matitrace? Parang kulang pa bitin. Part 2. Parang gusto ko nang pakuhanin ng IT yung anak ko. Sabi ko mag-IT na lang. As in talagang in demand siya ngayon. Welcome to Tonight with Bayanihan, powered to us by Pro Experts Media. Don't forget to follow the FB page and of course the FB page of Bayanihan Council. Here with me, yung tatlong dashing gentleman po ng PIITA. Ipakilala ko po sa inyo ang tatlong mga gentleman na ito. Please welcome one of the co-founders po ng PIITA and former IT head and JRC subject matter expert, Mr. Chris Trillian.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening po sa Pro Expert. Good evening, Madam Cheryl. Thanks for inviting us, giving us the opportunity to share our knowledge with this discussion and with my colleagues here, fellow expert in IT, and we're honored to be here to share our knowledge and give some information about the subject matter.
Thank you so much. And then we have the second guest. He is the chairman and co-founder, PIITA, and he is an MBA Healthcare Management and IT Security certified. Join me in welcoming Mr. Arwin Ditera.
Hello to all the viewers and followers. Good evening, Ma'am Inday, and good evening, Sir Stephen and Chris. And thank you for having us here in Bayanihan live.
Then we have our third guest, the PIITA President, Sir Stephen Bala.
Good evening, Ma'am Inday, and good evening po sa inyo pong natin nakasubaybay sa inyo pong programa. It's a pleasure to be part of your beautiful program, and I understand you're reaching a lot of audience. You're helping different communities. So it's definitely a blessed experience to be part of your episode.
Thank you. We will discuss timely issues and regarding cybersecurity and AI, which is artificial intelligence. Let's hear from these three experts how we can safeguard our, ourselves from being hacked or scammed, and also to protect us from some online defamations and cyberbullying. If you have some questions, please don't hesitate to send us a message po. And thank you for watching, Ma'am Nenelin. Thank you so much. So first thing first, kasi ako mismo, naririnig ko yung PIITA, pero actually hindi ko po talaga alam kung ano yung meaning ng PIITA. Can you share with us kung ano po ba yung PIITA and ano yung mission and vision niya?
So PIITA stands for Philippine International Information Technology Alliance. It's a non-religious, non-political, and non-profitable organization that aims to help kababayans, Filipino, to their journey to IT. Regardless if you are IT practitioner and non-practitioner. So we are here as a community, as an organization to help you on your journey.
That's a very good, very nice, what's this, sir, mission and vision?
We collaborated, three of us among the founders. We have realized that it's important for the Filipinos to reconnected, and then infuse the importance of Bayanihan because you can see a lot of kids right now, they don't even know what's the meaning of Bayanihan. So we need to instill them what's the lesson, what's the meaning of Bayanihan. So we came up with this idea of, having community of IT expert, non-practitioner, even students, we're encouraging them to join the group. So the main goal is the main challenge here as an OFW is to how can you upskill your talents, no, without spending too much? And we can notice in the corporate world that they can get discounted trainings through corporate accounts. But individually, it's hard for Filipinos to do that because most of our earnings normally goes back home, di ba? So what we come up with the solution is to let's put up a group so that we can avail this kind of privilege among what like other organizations are having. If you come up with a group, we can get discount training. So that's
So
how we started.
speaking of upscaling, sir, are you conducting free trainings or anything na maka-help sa community so that ang community is maging aware sa mga regarding dito sa sa cybersecurity and AI.
Yeah, there are two sides of what we do, Ma'am Dana. Our primary focus is to, of course, enable our internal PIITA membership
Okay.
by upskilling them, providing them free trainings and all that. But part of that as well is to equip them with the right knowledge so that whenever there's an opportunity for them to go out to a different community, they can also extend whatever learnings they've done from within PIITA. The answer to that is yes, and we're providing that as well.
Yeah.
However, it must be admitted that we should be doing more. And as a matter of fact, on our last event, when we had the pleasure of hosting our ambassador there, he openly challenged us to actually do more for the community. So,
That's right.
yeah, it's a big challenge, but I think this is something that we're prepared to do as well.
Yes.
So are you prepared, sir, to have a series of free trainings to the different Filipino organizations so that we will be, be informed regarding this,
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, individual of us, each and one of us is volunteering to, present some cybersecurity events, awareness,
Yes.
GRC, and especially those young kids, no, we need to educate them. So all of these kids are fond of, playing games, but they don't know what are the threats and risks of, exposing themselves into social media. Those things we need to, inform these youngsters.
That's a very noble, And then moving forward, let's talk about this artificial intelligence. Yeah, because grabe na yung ngayon talaga sa AI. So what is AI and how does it work?
Okay.
AI is an artificial intelligence. It's a science that that develop what they call simulation of human by using machine. So when you say using machine, so it's the efficiency tsaka yung reliability nung machine or nung AI will be way better than human. So yes. So in short, it's a simulation of human intelligence and capabilities. Yun yung
So basically, ano yung benefits ng AI? May mga, siyempre, iba pa rin yung human.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Unfortunately, I think scientifically, ma'am, science tells us that humans can only harness 10% of its brain power. I think that's where we are at the moment. Nonetheless, down the future, we have some form of technology to actually, tap to the rest of that 90%. No? But at the moment, as Sir Arwin had described it, I mean, really the power of AI depends on the amount of data that you feed into it. Because at the end of the day, artificial intelligence is an advanced computer program.
Yes, yes.
But the power comes from the data that you feed into it. So the more data that you feed into it, the more opportunities for the machine, for the model, to actually learn, to predict, or to make a decision on its own. And even from that decisions, mayroon tayong tinatawag na generative AI, they can generate original content out of those data that they're actually observing. Say, for instance, give a model, a lot of pictures of a cat, say, for instance. It's a matter of time, you give him another picture, give it another picture, alam niya na ito ay cat talaga. No? So it is what it is. And the power really of AI is its reliance on data. And as I was researching on that, internet is actually the single most repository of the biggest data. ChatGPT now is able to browse the entire internet in a matter of seconds. And on the internet, I mean, it's a staggering number. 200 zettabytes. Yun ang amount ng data ngayon sa internet.
Yeah.
By 2025, that's 200 zettabytes. A phone like this, no? Ito siguro, sir, no? This is 512 gigabyte. So the equivalent of that into 200 zettabyte is 400 million of this phone. That's the kind of data that is there out there now on the internet and available for AI to actually crunch.
I'm really not a techie person, pero sa mga pinagsasabi ko, so as in, parang blow na yung mind ko.
Yeah.
So, are there any limitations or setbacks or drawbacks, using this kind of
It's always the case.
Yes. Whenever you implement technology, there's always a drawbacks. There's advantages and disadvantages. Me as a GRC practitioner, we always measure risk on implementing something. So we need to come up with different kind of expertise in the corporate world, coming from different section of the company, wherein we have to analyze what benefits we can utilize using AI and what are the drawbacks. It's important to know these drawbacks because sometimes you're getting your advantage, but in the real world you're falling, or I mean you're not utilizing the technology itself, but sometimes you've been spending so much using the technology wherein you cannot see the benefits. So we need to be careful about how we use this technology.
Yes. And actually, habang, alam mo yun, nagpe-prepare ng mga questions, so napag-Google talaga ako. And then while browsing, I read somewhere that according to the World Economic Forum, AI will replace around 85 million jobs by 2025. So that's a year na lang. Today is now is 2024. And then 2025, 85 million. According to Forbes, 2 million by 2025. And then according to Goldman Sachs, 300 million full-time jobs ang maging affected ng AI. So moving forward, how is the human workforce looks like in the next 5 to 10 years?
That's a good question. Yeah. Anyway, yung topic kasi na about, I mean, a human will be replacing, what I call this, AI will be replacing human. It's like it happens also before when computers become I mean prime na sabi, I mean marami ring mawawalan ng trabaho because of computers. So now we're back to a question again that AI can replace human. So yes, it is true, but on the other hand, what's the good thing about AI? Behind it, it's a human who programmed the algorithm. The human that it is the human again that feeds data. So there's always a place for for a job. So wag kayo matakot. Wag kayo mabahala. It's a cycle.
That's the optimistic side of it. The pessimistic side of it, and I think I'm going to represent that, Ma'am Inday. Yes, any technology disruption like this, AI, will disrupt the workforce, unfortunately. That's the reality.
Yes.
Tulad ng sinabi ni Sir Erwin, no? And AI coupled with robotics, it's going to do so much more. And then quantum computing, all of these three main technologies put together, it's going to do a lot, right? Just yesterday, NVIDIA have made an announcement. They're releasing this particular chip, they called it Deepwell. I forgot the name of the chip. But right now, with AI 3.0, say for instance, it can accommodate 175 billion parameters, right? Parameters are different, you consider it, if you're to do a lemonade, for instance. Parameter are those things that, determines the amount of sugar that you put into lemonade, perhaps the temperature of the syrup that you put into your lemonade, all of those things together. Right now, ChatGPT can accommodate 175 billion parameters. But with the chip that they've released yesterday, that's 10 trillion parameters can be accommodated into that. So can you just imagine what kind of computational activities can be done by that? Maybe even in the future, scientists will be replaced by AI itself. Now, the DNA scientists, for that matter.
Right.
Parang nakakatakot siya, no? Parang nakakatakot siya talaga. Kung iisipin natin, nakakatakot siya. But at the end of the day, ngayon, nakaka-help naman talaga siya sa tao. May I in healthcare. Sa pinagtatrabahoan ko, cutting edge nila yung robotics.
Yes.
Kasi sa surgery, meron na silang robotics. So may mga positive ano talaga. And sometimes, on the other hand, parang iniisip ko din na parang humans are playing God. But, we are still, angat pa rin tayo kasi we are, created by His image and likeness.
That's true.
Right.
That's
Hindi
correct.
po ba?
Yeah.
So, when we come back po, sobrang ang AI sobrang lawak ng discussion. Hindi siya pwede i-cash sa 10 minutes po. So when we come back, we will discuss another issue regarding cyberbullying and social tawag dito mga defamation online defamation. When we come back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Tonight with Bayanihan, powered to us by Pro Experts Media. Don't forget to follow their FB page and of course the Bayanihan Council FB page. Mag-shoutout muna ako. Thank you, Ate Cecil, for watching. Thank you, Ma'am Pamela. Thank you, Sis Gemma, for watching. Sis Franz, message niya po, so happy to see you, Tatay Pastor Dab. And then, kay Jury, salamat sa pagtanaw, Jur. Kay Ma'am Eleanor, Miss Mai Guzman, thank you for watching. And then si Ma'am Jewel, si Ma'am, sino pa ba to? Si Sir Aldwin Pusoco, thank you, sir, for watching. And before we will discuss regarding yung cyberbullying and online defamation, we will discuss first yung kung ano-ano yung mga steps na gagawin namin, paano namin mas safeguard yung mga sarili namin against hackers, scammers, kasi ang dami po yan talaga ngayon. Kasi isa ako sa alam mo yung muntik ng
Budol.
muntik na mabudol kasi may isang exchange dito, nag-message sa sa WhatsApp. Parang ang tingin ko talaga, kasi sanay kami sa trabaho ko na yung phishing kasi kami dyan. So sanay ako dun sa mga red flags. Pero yung nasa WhatsApp, parang as in legit talaga, legit na legit. Tapos ang ginawa ko, para kinakabahan din ako. Kasi sabi ko, bakit ako nagkakaroon ng dito? So ang ginawa ko, tinawagan ko yung company. So tumawa yung nandun sa nila, sabi na, ma'am, po yan? Okay. So, ang dami ngayon, as in, sa FB, mga FB pages, nang i-scam ng mga OFWs kasi ang dami kong alam na mga nasa community. So, paano niyo po baka mapipilitan? Paano natin ma-detect ang mga ganun?
There are two categories to remember.
Yes.
One is the scammer, other one is their actors. Or hacking talaga, mga technical hacking. Pero yung mga scammers, they're more into social engineering. They trick people to divulge, sensitive information such as bank details and all that. Even the OTPs, for them to be able to access your account, they're able to trick people, unfortunately. And I think all of our audience, including us, at least know one or two in our circle that were scammed by them. I think that's the reality. I think one key takeaway that we need to bear in mind always when dealing with those kind of things. Huwag masyadong nagpapaniwala at huwag masyadong nagpapatakot. So every time, the scammers will always use the element of urgency. Gusto nila agad-agad, and then they will try to threaten you. And there's an element of threat into their social engineering tactics as well. Sabihin nila sa inyo, if you don't do this, someone will come into your place, and then we'll do this, so and so forth. Huwag masyadong magpapaniwala. Once again, I think our authorities, especially in this land, they're very open in terms of educating the wider community, the wider population. Banks will never ask you for OTP, for instance, right? Government agencies, police departments, for that matter, they will never ask you to divulge personal, information that they have access to already, right? So they will never ask you. to validate what on something that they already. Scammers, unfortunately, they do this. So you begin to ask. You have partly answered the question already, ma'am. Drop that call and then call up the bank, call up the company who is trying to, claiming to be coming from calling from the company. That's boundary to it. Especially kapag yung tumatawag sa atin is coming from not from a landline, kundi yung,
Ibang country.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's the reality. And they're using every channel nowadays, right? Hindi lamang, there used to be a time na email lang. Email lang. Now they're using WhatsApp, they're using SMS, they're using even voice nowadays. So they're capitalizing on all of these channels to do their bit. Now, when it comes into yung hackers, sir, would you like to answer into the hacking part?
Masyado malalim yung hacking part. But there are guidelines in the corporate world that you need to understand. And we are delivering this to different kinds of companies as well, in our companies as well. So we need to have like policies you need to follow. Training is very important part of cybersecurity awareness, because every 6 months, every 4 months, we need to complete trainings for to qualify in. For instance, our company have 27,000. You need to meet certain training level for all your members, for all of your staff. Like even if you have 2,000 staff, then you have to complete all this training at least twice a year to be aware and to be vigilant on these things. Because also, if you're upgrading, the enemy is also upgrading. So you need to be ahead of time, no? So you need to be vigilant, and it's imperative that a company also put up, funds on this kind of activities, because you'll never know if risk is there. You'll never know when it's gonna come and when it's gonna catch you. So you need to be prepared.
And speaking of all of that, sir, kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao merong may sariling, is it safe to use? Is it safe?
My answer to that is no. Because, there's nothing as such as free pizza. There's always something attached to that. Even if you're connecting to, say, for instance, let's just say a
Because
particular
they have
brand.
the government, they have
Yeah.
this free something.
Yeah, free something, right? But as a matter of fact, you're logging in with, say, for instance, your Facebook, or maybe with your email. So all of those information that you put in there can actually be used. And be
So they
sold
can
to-
access me.
No, they cannot necessarily access it, but at least the data you put in there, like your email address, can be sold to marketers, say, for instance. So that makontak. Sometimes we're wondering, saan kaya nakuha tong phone number ko or tong email ko? I mean, those are the things that we're putting on free public Wi-Fi.
And then they will not tell you where it's
Yeah.
coming from. Then they will say it's from their market department or something like that.
Nagtataka ko, bakit may mga emails ako nang nagaling dito? Hindi naman ako nag-subscribe, hindi naman ako galing dyan.
And not only that, I mean, it's very easy to put up an SSID or like a wireless network, right? That mimics a legitimate wireless network. It's very easy. So that can be a hacker's network already. And if you're connected to a hacker's network, that's almost,
Man in between.
it is game over.
So, what if, sir, parang kunyari ako, kasus na parang na-victim ako ng identity theft. Yung maaaring gawin ko?
Yeah. If that happens on the social media platform, say for instance, number one, first step, report it to the social media platform,
Okay.
right? They have a team, a specialized team that actually looks after this, and we can just rely on them. We can just depend on them that they will actually act. Number two, inform your network as well. Sabihan natin sila that I suspect that my account has been compromised, so that they will know exactly whom they're dealing with. No? That's one. And then maybe, review your privacy settings. Kasi naman, baka yung default na setting natin is public, send to all. Diba? Yeah, change your password.
Thank you so much for that. And when we come back, we will discuss regarding the cyberbullying and then the online defamation after this discussion.
Welcome back to Tonight with Bayanihan, powered to us by Pro Exports Media. And I would just like to say hi sa iba nating mga viewers. Kay Ma'am Eva Grace Rulian Soriano, kay Rosalie, thank you dahil sa pagtanaw na kadya sa ilain karon. See you later. And kay Sir Eman, going back to our discussion. We will discuss regarding yung cyberbullying and online defamation. Kasi sa social media, lalo na ngayon sa social media, napakarampant po yung bullying sa social media. I, for one, is a victim sa cyberbullying ngayon. And I even ask your, advices. So, what really is cyberbullying and defamation?
Chris?
Tough question. Actually, nung bata tayo, bullying is common na during our early days para, di ba?
Pinapansin, di ba?
Yes, yun natin pinapansin. Pero nowadays kasi, what is vulnerable kasi yung mga kids nowadays, di ba? Yung bullying, very vulnerable sila pagdating sa ganyang subject. So, more importantly, we need to educate yung children natin na like we need to put some restrictions, policy sa bahay. Like for example, in my case, I never given my children access to social media since after pandemic lang. So when they reach certain age, then I would have I will give them access, especially applications. There are some tools I can use that you can limit the access of your children, how long they will stay in this certain application, YouTube ba yan or FB ba yan. It's important to put some measures and limitations to your
Can you
children.
share with us, sir, sa mga ganun? Kasi ako may mga kids din ako. So, lalo na wala sila dito na sa Pilipinas, hindi ko talaga sila, alam mo yun, subaybayan kung ano yung mga aano nila sa apps. So, ang ginawa ko, parang doon sa iPad, may something doon na family. Tapos,
Yes.
kasi hindi kasi ako techie talaga. So, hindi ko siya na yung viewing time nila, paano yung mga apps na pwede kong i-approve or hindi. May mga ganun daw eh.
Yes,
So,
yes.
magpapaguide ako niyan sa'yo.
Thank you po.
Yeah. So, what are the common forms of cyberbullying?
Nowadays, it's very common yung mga memes, di ba? They're using images to insult some other people and very into sa mga kabataan. Sometimes they don't notice na nakaka-hurt na sila, no? At very rampant to sa kabataan.
Kaya
And
nga po. At saka, alam mo yung parang mental ng bata din. Kaya nakikita mo na or nababasa mo sa mga news, elementary, high school, nagsuicide kasi nga binubully sa social media. Na it's a sad thing talaga. So kailangan ng guidance ng parents at saka guidance ninyo kasi lalo kaming mga OFWs hindi namin alam kung ano-ano yung mga steps na gagawin namin. So yan po yung isa sa hihingiin ko sa inyo. Yung steps kung paano yung mga bata sa Pilipinas na meron kaming cushion, meron kaming gagawin para ma-limit yung nila. So, yan po yung isa sa hingiin ko sa inyo. And then, next question po is, how can we protect ourselves pag nabiktima kami ng cyberbullying or oral defamation in social media?
actually, we're protected by the law here in UAE. It's very important. Even the company onboarding process, we need to tell our employees that you need to behave well, especially in social media. Otherwise, you will face this kind of charges, penalties, jail time, things like that. And dito, no, sobrang higpit nila, no. So they really enforce the law. So if hindi ka nagbe-behave ng well,
That's right. And they
Delicate.
expanded actually the definition of cyberbullying and defamation here. Simply taking a selfie and then posting it online without the permission of that person actually can already be categorized as bullying.
Yeah, speaking
So
of
it's
that,
very serious.
yeah.
I mean, I think the penalty.
It's a very serious, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's very serious because Pastor, there is one OFW na nag-reach out sa akin actually.
Yeah.
Nag-selfie siya kasama yung bata and then nakita nung nanay na posted on social media, nakulong ngayon actually. So, yan din ang isa sa mga tinutulungan natin. And seeking, help and support, may mga ba kayo? May mga links ba kayong maibibigay sa amin? Mga links ng government, ba dito? Or kung ano pa man, kung saan kami pwedeng magsumbong or mag-report?
Yeah, links are out there. Although it's not on top of our mind, but
Yes.
simply Google it, right?
Okay.
Cybercrime reporting, say for instance.
Philippines
And,
or
yeah,
UAE?
Philippines or UAE. Here in the UAE, iba yung reporting for Abu Dhabi, iba yung reporting sa Dubai.
Dubai.
Obviously.
Oh, okay. So
But yeah,
it's
they're
like a
dedicated
reference.
for every Emirates. And yeah, I think we are in this part of the world na talagang well protected po tayo. I think that's part of the reason as to why we're actually living in one of the safest parts of the world. Because of those legal provisions to say.
Yes, governance and laws.
Okay. So meaning, napaka parang ang cyberbullying pala dito at saka oral defamation is napaka-grave, kumbaga, na ano din, parang crime din siya.
Yes,
So may
right.
mga ano din,
250 to 500,000 is a
oh,
serious matter.
it's
I
a
think-
serious, yeah.
Yeah, serious matter. And
Oh.
depending on the severity of it, it can also include jail time,
Jail time.
depending dun sa severity.
The impact is
Paano
damage.
pag paano kung yung tao is gumamit ng dummy account? So paano mo siya matitrace? May way ba na ganun? Kasi ang daming ganyang ginagawa. Kasi of course, obviously hindi nila gagamitin yung sariling account nila, of course. Gagawa sila ng dummy. So paano yan matitrace? May way po ba na matitrace yan?
So,
I mean, I think from technically it's possible actually, but I mean due to ano nga, I mean security also nung platform, social media platform, alam na nila yon, and they can protect the account. They can protect the account. So the only way that you can or the proper way that only you can deal with it is to report it to them. May mga reporting sila na this, I mean, may malicious na ginagawa itong and they can, what I call this, they can do something about it.
Okay.
Yeah, if I may add, you can
That's the best way talaga
That's
to
the
report.
best.
yeah.
Report lang.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you're representing a corporate entity, say for instance, I think for consumer, there's a very little success in doing that. But if you're representing a corporate, say for instance,
Oh,
some companies they even offer takedown service, say for instance. If it's hurting your brand, you can subscribe for a takedown service. They will find who did that. They will contact the service provider, ISPs, and then even the social media platforms.
Okay, we have one question in the audience from Miss Mai. She asked, could we kindly educate our audience, particularly online shoppers, on whether it's better to use a debit card or credit card for online shopping, please? Miss Mai, hi. So can answer this.
Yeah, I mean, well, credit card.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, but make sure that the credit card that you use is, I mean, has a limit, has a very limit amount, no? So, I mean, if it get compromised, hindi ganun kalaki yung damage. So, yun lang ma-advise ko sa kanila, and what do you call this? Use a multi-factor authenticator or OTP to secure your transaction, and as much as possible to those legitimate e-commerce only. So that you can trust.
So thank you talaga sa time yung tatlo. I mean, parang kulang pa
yeah.
parang
Kulang pa.
siya, bitin. Part 2. We're asking for part 2 and then yun yung ko sa inyo request to have a free trainings to the Bayanihan Council, different organizations, and then yung guidelines kung paano kami yung mga parents na ma-help namin yung mga kids
right.
na malimit yung sa social media. And then my God, thank you so much. Sa ngayon, realization ko na alam nyo, parang gusto ko nang pakuhanin ng IT yung anak ko instead na gusto niya maging doktor. Sabi ko, mag-IT na lang. As in, talagang in demand siya ngayon. So thank you so much sa ating mga viewers, sa ating mga guests, Sir Chris, Pastor, and then Sir Arwin. Maraming salamat sa inyong time.
Our
And
pleasure.
then, yes, thank you so much. And then see you all next Wednesday again. Thank you so much for watching Tonight with Bayanihan. Stay blessed, stay safe.